Morning everyone and welcome to Pilates. I'm Vicky and I'm taking your session today. So we're just going to listen to the calming music as it plays over the top of us, and we're just going to focus on three things as we normally would. We're going to focus on breathing, so breathing in through our nose and out through our mouths. Nice. So we're focused on that, and then we're going to focus on our transverse abdominis muscle as well. So this muscle around here. So you're going to imagine that we're putting on clothes that are too tight, and we're going to engage that muscle by pulling that in throughout this session. And the third thing that we're going to focus on is our pelvic floor muscle. So this is a muscle that if you're in the car and you really need the loo and you've got to wait a little while, you engage that. So we're going to engage that about 30%. Okay, so as we engage all of these three things, we're going to start by just stretching out and mobilizing our body. So we're just going to bring our shoulders up and back. So just like so, whilst engaging all those three things and focusing on our breathing. Fantastic. So just shoulders up and back. Wonderful. And then roll them forward as well. Great stuff. Fantastic. Okay. Then we're going to move on to our feet. So we're going to stretch out from our feet all the way up. So we're just going to bring our feet out. We're going to point our toes and bring them up. And then we're just going to rotate our ankles just to mobilize those joints. Point your toes and stretch up. And whilst engaging our transverse abdominis muscle, whilst breathing and engaging our pelvic floor. And then switch over to the other foot. So stretching out, point those toes, rotate the ankles. Fantastic. And point those toes and bring back up. Fantastic. Stretching out, mobilizing joints. Then for our knees, we're just going to do some lunges. So I'm just going to go side on so that I'm on the mat. I'm just going to lunge forward, keep our core nice and steady, and come back up. And we're just going to do alternates of that. Just nice and slowly, just lunging forward as far as you can go, bending that knee, engaging all of our core muscles as we do so. Focusing on our breathing. Fantastic. Wonderful. Do a couple more. Do one more. Fantastic. The next thing that we're going to do is just going to mobilize our hip joints, okay? So we're just going to swing our leg forward and swing it back. And swing it forward and back, and forward and back. Keeping our core nice and steady, just stretching out our hip joint. Fantastic. Then we're going to switch over to the other leg and do the same on the other leg. Again, whilst engaging these three things that we're focusing on today. Fantastic. Then we go back onto the other leg. Just going to bring our leg across to the front, out to the front, to the side, and behind us, keeping our balance as we do so. To the side, to in front, and across, and then back down. And we'll do the same again. So foot forward, over the front, slowly round to the side, out to the side, and across the back. Fantastic. We're going to do that once more. Excellent work. Okay, now what we're going to do is just stretch out our shoulders, so bringing our hands up, stretching out those shoulders, just bending those knees slightly, just bringing our hands all the way back. Excellent. Stretching out nice and full. Bending those knees as we do so. Bring those arms forward. Fantastic. Do a couple more backwards. Excellent. Then we're just going to mobilise our neck, mobilise our head. We're just going to look to one side. I'm going to hold for a few seconds. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then go to straight ahead and over to the right. And then we'll do that once more on the left hand side. And then to the middle and over to the right hand side. And back to the middle, and then we're just going to bring our head up. Hold for a few seconds. Focus on our breathing, focus on those muscles. And bring our head down. And then do that once more, head up. And head back down. Fantastic. Okay. Now the first thing that we're going to do, so if you want to sit on your mat or in your space, and what we're going to do for this one is we're going to bring our feet down to the floor. And we're going to lie just back on our mat, back on the floor. And we're going to find our neutral spine position. Okay, so remember we're engaging our transverse abdominis muscle. So we're engaging that. Imagine you're putting on clothes that are too tight. And we're going to focus on our breathing and our pelvic floor muscle. So we're just going to bring our belly button up and then back down to the floor and then back up until we find our neutral spine position. And then once we've done that, we're going to bring our knees nice and close together. We're going to bring our arms out to the side, and what we're going to do is we're just going to bring our knees down to either side whilst engaging our core muscles and whilst engaging, focusing on our breathing. If you want to make it more difficult for yourself and put more strain on your back and on your core, you're going to bring your opposite leg up as you go to that side, like so. So just opposite leg up as you go down. Keeping our shoulders nice and flat on the floor, focusing on engaging those core muscles and our breathing. Just do a few of these. Fantastic. And do a couple more of these. Make this one your last one. Then what we're going to do, if you want to just release some tension on your back, you bring your knees up to your chest. And just release. And then what we're going to do, we're going to keep our feet flat on the mat or flat on the floor, but we're going to bring our knees slightly out. So we're going to align our knees with our shoulders. And we're going to put our arms nice and loose down beside of us. I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit so you can see that a bit better. So knees and shoulders in a line. I'm just going to slowly peel one vertebrae at a time off the floor, off the mat, until we're in a level position. When we get in a level position, we're going to engage our glutes, keep our hands flat on the floor. And we're just going to bring our bodies down slowly, as so. We're just going to do that a few times. So again, when we get to the top, engaging our glutes, focusing on our muscles and our breathing. We'll do a couple more of these. And make this one your last one. Fantastic. And we're just gonna bring our legs out, we're gonna bring our arms out, just gonna go into a pencil stretch, just stretch out. Just gonna hold that for a few seconds. And then for the next exercise, we're gonna imagine that there's bolts in our hips, okay? So we're keeping our hips nice and still. And we're just gonna draw little circles. And we're gonna breathe in at 12 o'clock and breathe out for the rest. Focusing on our breathing, focusing on not letting our trunk of our body wobble all the way around. And we're just going to do that a few times. We're going to go in the opposite direction. Sorry, breathing out at 12 o'clock and then breathing in as we go around. And switch over to the other leg and do the same on the other side. So breathing in and breathe out. And go in the opposite direction. Excellent. And then if you just, we're going to turn over to our stomachs now, so we're just going to lie onto our stomachs. Okay. And we're going to imagine that there's a grate underneath our belly button that we don't want to squish. So we're engaging our core, engaging that transverse abdominis muscle and trying not to squish that grate. And as we do so, we're just going to bring our opposite arm up and opposite leg. Okay. Just nice and slowly engaging that core, focusing on your breathing. Do a few more of these. Fantastic. And then just stretch out into a pencil stretch out as far as you can. Again, this is putting tension on your lower back, these exercises, so Please don't do them if you have lower back issues. Just stretching out. And then our next one is going to be a plank. Okay, so you can do this on your knees, you can do it on your feet, whatever you prefer. We're just going to hold this for 15 seconds whilst focusing on all those different things. Six seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower yourself. Just your arms by your side. And we're going to do that once more. Again, if you feel more comfortable, please do this on your knees. So just like this. Keep our back nice and straight. Okay, and we'll go again. And drop down. And as you come back down, just stretch out. Sit back on your heels and stretch out your back. Stretching out your shoulders. And then as we come forward, we're going to come forward into a box shape. So we're going to align our shoulders and our hands underneath, okay? And we're going to find our neutral spine position again. So just bring our belly button down, back up to the ceiling until we find that neutral spine position. Once you've found it, focus on your breathing. And we're going to do opposite arm to opposite leg, keeping our trunk of our body nice and still. If you want to make this easier, the first level for you is just bringing your foot out and your arm up straight. The second level is up like so, and the third one is turning your hand over. And we're just going to do that alternate. Okay, so do it with me now. So I'm going to do level 2. Excellent work, guys. Fantastic. Focus on that breathing. Focus on keeping your core nice and steady. We'll do a couple more of these. Final one. Okay. Come back to your box shape. And now what we're going to do is just going to open our chest. We're going to follow our fingers with our eyes. And we're just going to feed it back in underneath. But we're going to follow that with our eyes. Okay? So just opening out and coming back in. We'll do a few times on this side. And then we'll switch over. Last 2 on this side. Final one on this side. Excellent. Switch over to the other side. Again, following our fingers. Do a few more of these. Make this one your last one. Excellent stuff. If you just want to sit back onto your heels and stretching out your back, stretching out your shoulders again. And then we're just going to go into a pencil stretch. So we're going to stretch out as far as we can. And we're going to bring our hands in a fork shape just alongside of us. And we're just going to bring our neck out and our toes back like so. And then we're just going to bring our head back down nice and slowly. If you want to make this harder, put your hands by your side. And as you come up, like so. But I'm going to do the first one for this one. So I'm going to do that for a little bit. Focusing on that breathing, focusing on engaging your core. Do a couple more of these. Excellent. Make this one your final one. Once you've done that, if you sit up and face me, we're just going to sit in a V shape. Okay. Again, engaging with our core muscles. And we're going to imagine that there's a ball in front of us that we're going to reach over and stretch out. Okay. So just going to stretch out. We're going to hold for a few seconds. Walk our fingers back. We do the same in front, so again, reaching over. Hold for a few seconds. And walk our fingers back. And over to the other side. Stretching out our hamstrings. Focusing on our breathing. Walk our fingers back. And then we'll do that once more, all around again. Okay. So you're going to stretch out. Hold for a few seconds. I'm going to see if we can stretch a little bit further. We're going to walk our fingers back. I'm going to do the same in front. And on the final side, once more. Hold for a few seconds and then stretch a bit further. And I'm going to walk our fingers back up. Excellent. Then we're just going to go into some final stretches. So what we're going to do for this, we're just going to bring our hands up. We're going to lean to the side. And we'll do that on the other side as well. And then once more on either side. Fantastic. And then if you want to stand up nice and slowly, we're going to do some final stretches. And then I'm going to share a thought and pray. And then I'll let you enjoy the rest of your day. So what we're going to do, we're just going to start from our feet all the way up again. So just going to stretch out our feet, just rotate our ankles, point our toes, and then point them back up. Do that a couple more times. And once more. And then switch over to the other one. So just rotate our ankles, stretching those out. Point our toes, point back up. Do that a couple more times. Fantastic. And we're just going to stretch out our legs. So what we're going to do, we're just going to bring our legs slightly apart. We're just going to stretch. So hold for a few seconds. Just bending this leg, stretching out our inner thighs. Hold for a few seconds. Focusing on that breathing. Focusing on those core muscles. And then swap over to the other side. Fantastic. And then we're gonna stretch out our shoulders. So coming up with our hands up, nice and high, reaching all the way back. And as you come up onto your tiptoes and stretch out a bit further. Just like so. And go in the opposite direction, so coming forwards. Then a couple more backwards. And we're just going to drop our hands by our side. Just going to do a shrug, just pull our shoulders up and drop them down. And do that once more and drop them down. And we're just going to stand with our knees facing forward, our body facing forward. We're just going to swing our arms loosely from side to side. Just mobilising and stretching out those muscles that we've just used, those muscles we've just engaged. And we're just going to do our heads, so we're just going to look to one side again. Hold for a few seconds. Come to the centre and over to the other side. And then to the middle and down for a few seconds. And up for a few seconds. And go down again. Nice and slowly. Back up. Back to the middle. Over to the left. And back to the middle. Over to the right. Excellent. And then if you either want to stand or sit and you just want to put your hands just below your chest and you want to just close your eyes and still yourself. Focus on your breathing. Focus on those muscles that you've engaged. And I'm just going to share a thought from the Bible. It's a bit of a thing that I've been reading as a devotional at the moment. And it's from Isaiah 40 and in verse 31. And it says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." I'm just going to read that once more, and then I'm just going to read the thought in this devotion, because I think it's very apt for what we're going through. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And that's Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. And it says that in this devotion, it says, as we look around at our world right now, there is so much that can cause our hearts to be overwhelmed with sorrow. But the word hope in this verse is quava in Hebrew, and it means to expect and to eagerly long for. This waiting on the Lord isn't a passive waiting, it's active and full of faith on a God that can move. This waiting on the Lord isn't passive waiting, it's active and full of faith on a God that can move. And I'm just going to pray now, because I think that's so applicable to what we're going through. We can look around and there's so much pain, there's so much sorrow, there's so much upsets. People are losing their lives, people are afflicted and affected. But waiting on God is not passive, it's active and it's full of faith, and we're waiting on a God that can move, that's bigger than this coronavirus, that's bigger than the situations that we're facing right now. So Father, I welcome to you, honestly, all that is difficult before each one of us right now, broken and hard in the world around us. I pray that it won't drive us away from you, but towards you, that we'll look eagerly towards you, to move towards you, and pray that you'll heal our land and to restore it in the name of Jesus. Amen. I pray blessing on people's lives as well. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've got a lot more going on throughout the week that you can tune into. We have a Bible study that's posted at 12:30 where we're going through the book of Exodus. There's a family hit session at 3:00, which will be fantastic. And then there's family fun and games at 5:00. And these are different things that are going on throughout the week. This is just ways that we love to serve you, and we hope that you're enjoying it. But we'd love to hear your feedback and your comments. But thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you.